Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hi guys, I'm back for another video. In this video, I'm going to make a choker necklace with this memory wire. Now, this memory wire is specifically for necklaces, and it's a bigger wire, okay? And it will say on the packaging necklace, okay? That's how you'll know the difference. Okay, so as you can see, I've already started with making the necklace, okay? So I'm starting off with these wood beads and this beautiful druzy agate teal turquoise. I love this color. It is embellished by this beautiful gold casing around it, and that's why they call it druzy, because it has that gold casing around it. All right, so I'm going to add a few more of these wood chip beads to my necklace. Why? Because I want a specific look, and when I start putting the beads on, I want enough space where it makes sense to add in these beads right here. These lay flat, so they have to go on specifically in a certain order, okay, if that makes sense. All right, so, and you'll see as I am building it out. All right, so I've already did that. I like that look so far. I think that's kind of funky. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some other beads to it. I have these colors to add to it. All right, so I like this so far. I like the color. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these little 4mm beads on it. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so now after I've added that on, I am going to put the mother pearl on here. I'm going to put these beautiful shell beads right here. Now, these are irregular, and I talked to you guys about irregular beads. Now, you can work with the irregular beads. You just have to know how to, position them on the necklace that you're working with. I love the irregular beads because that doesn't mean... It means that they're not simulated, which means that they're not man-made. They grow, somewhere, or they're formed somewhere, I should say. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put this on this side. We have to turn this one around because it's not going to go in the right direction. So I have to do it this way. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so look at that. That's starting to look pretty good right there. The only thing I don't like is that, see that slight curvature right there? I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch that one out, and I'll save that towards the end. Okay, so we're going to try this one to see how this one works. Now the beads, the holes in the bead is actually on the side. So if you're wondering how to work with those beads that are on the side, this would be a good lesson for you. You can see how to work with those. All right, so I'm going to keep building this out. So I have several options here. What I could do is either add more of these on here just to get them up, or I can actually put beads in between. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put beads in between. Righty. That's starting to look very, very nice. Blue is my color, so I'm partial. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep building it out. And I always look for the ones that are similar in size. They don't have to be exact. because these are irregular beads, okay? They're irregular shells, so they're not going to be the exact same size, okay? So I found one for this one. Now, the interesting thing about these, sometimes the hole is in the front. They're either on the side or sometimes they're in the front, which I'm not sure why that happens, but it does happen. So this particular one, it'll go out this way. So I might leave this one for the end. Let me find another one. Okay, there we go. And they come like that. They, you know, when they're drilling holes in it, that's what they do. So I'm going to add another bead here because, again, I like the full look and the spread look. I don't want them, in other words, I don't want these two too close together because it won't look right in my mind's eye. All right, we're going to go ahead and add another bead over here. Okay, we're going to go get that other bead from over here. All right. Now see how that's turning out. That is turning out quite lovely. Just different, right? Excuse me, guys. Still dealing with allergies. Spring is the worst time for me. All right. So I'm adding some more on here, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to go ahead and loop it up. Don't worry about the wire twisting all around. You know, don't concern yourself with that because it's going to do that. It's wire. And memory wire is a little bit different, a little bit trickier because it's not so agile. It's not, in other words, it's not so flexible. It's giving, but it's not too flexible, where you can just flatten it out and say, okay, I'll just flatten it out. It doesn't allow you to flatten it out. All right, see, that's looking good there, okay? All right, we're going to go ahead and hurry up and finish this on out. Okay, now I have an option on how to finish it. I could finish it. I can add some more of these beautiful shells on it, or I can add the rest of these beads on it to try to complete the look, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more, and then I'm going to complete the look, okay? I'm going to add 2 of these. I did not add gold spacers or rose gold spacers because I don't want to take away from the blue. The blue is just really, really pretty. And so I don't want to take away from that look. I'd rather enhance that look because it's just gorgeous, okay? Okay, now remember I told you that the hole is in the front. So these will be a little bit harder to work with, and I can show you in another video of how I deal with those. I usually use them for earrings or something like that. So these 2 right here, I'll probably use as earrings. Okay. And sometimes it's hard, you know, with putting the hole on them. Or getting them through the hole, I should say. All right. Okay, actually, let me take that off of there because I added an extra one and I didn't need to do that one on that side. I didn't do it right. This is beading, guys. Now, if you guys are interested in doing some basic wire beading, that is actually with the wire thread, let me know, because I will be glad to come on and show. As a matter of fact, I just might do a video with basic wire and how to do it. All right, so now the symmetry looks a little bit off only because the wire does what it does, but you can always even it out. Okay. All right, so we're almost done with this necklace. Okay, so I'm going to finish it off by adding these beads to it here. We're just going to finish it off. Just going to grab some from out of here. Now, my goal is not to, you know, use all of the wire. It's just to bring it up a little bit higher. I think I'm going to maybe put like 10 beads on each side. Okay. That's 4. This is 5. I'm going to stop because I want to see how it's going to look at 5. Okay. I do need to go ahead and add those other 5 on there. Alrighty. And I always count to make sure. 9. Okay, we're going to add that 10. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the other side too. And I'm going to see how it looks on the other side, whether I need to add more or not. And I'm sure that I might not have to add more. That's 2, 3. Okay, and that's 10. So we're going to pull it up and see how it looks. Okay, I think that's good enough. So now what am I going to do? So now I'm going to cut the wire. I'm going to cut the wire on this side first. Okay. Remember, always cover the wire. You don't want it poking in your eye. So I'm going to go ahead and do a loop. Okay, that's wonderful. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And so what I might do is I might just pull it over just a little bit just to get that the equal look, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hold that in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut this wire over here. I'm going to cover that. Okay. Now, I have another option here. I'm going to add a couple more on here. And then I'm going to go back and add a couple more on the other side. And I'm only doing this because I actually want it to have symmetry. I don't want it to be off-centered at all. And that's one of the things with the wire, memory wire, it can go off symmetry really quickly. And so I want to keep that same symmetry, so I'm just adding more, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and loop this one like I did the other one. There's a little space in between there, which is more than fine because I'm going to take care of that on this side. I'm going to open this back up, straighten out that wire. And if the wire doesn't get, straightened out, you can always cut it off or do whatever you want. I did have my wire straightener in front of me, but I don't have it in front of me now. So I'm going to go ahead and slip this over, which is more than fine because, as you can see, it went straight through, so it was not a problem. Okay. All right, and we're going to add a couple more. Okay, I am done. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to twist it again. Now I have a little bit extra left. So because I have a little bit extra left, I'm going to go ahead and cut off a little bit of this. I'm going to cut it off. Okay. And also, guys, when you're covering the wire, it also keeps it from bouncing everywhere, especially with memory wire. Memory wire is a little bit thicker and it's a little bit annoying. So, all right, I have completed this necklace. I love it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a picture of it so you can see it on a bust. But I love, love, love how this turned out. Now, you can add a clasp to it, but you don't really need to if the person's neck size is small enough where it can just go around it. But I'm going to take a picture of it so you can see how it looks. And I just did this in about 15 minutes or so. I love the final look. And this is the memory wire choker necklace. Very, very gorgeous. All right, until the next video, I pray that you will have nothing but great inspiration. And by the way, before I end the video, I want to thank you or say thank you to the new subscribers that have recently subscribed. I am very, very grateful that you decided to stop by and you found something that you were interested in on my channel. All right, until the next video, I will see you in the next video.